What's up, guys? We're here today to give you guys a little electric bike review. We got your Electric Motion Escape R versus the Sur Ron XX Ludicrous mode.
The drive line, and then when you come up off the suspension, it's going zzz.
Yes. This thing's pretty wild. Yeah, it is.
It will just launch that bike up. I mean, I about took Trey's face off with his Sur Ron.
We're gonna give you guys some straight line tests up our driveway here. The driveway's got some good whoop-de-doos and it's quite a path, so. Yeah, we're, I think, yeah, he's got regen on this, so sport mode, the regen really hits good. But if you put it in EP or in eco mode, you start cruising. You really start cruising, you gotta be on the brakes. So eco mode's good for coasting down stuff. I'll go like halfway up and then I'll catch you flying by. Oh yeah, he's cruising. We're gonna give you guys a straight line test here. We're gonna start in the same spot.
You're in Sportage and I'm in red.
Yeah, so 300 mode and sport mode on the Sur Ron. We're gonna start on a flat spot in between the hoop-de-doos. But we're gonna go on 3. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh, he's got me out of the gate. Did this thing pull on it though? Oh no, it's ghosting me. Now granted, I got the 54 tooth, but I don't even think the 48 would catch it. The stock's rocking. Well, that was punched.
Is it bad?
It wasn't too bad. I saw you up there, but I mean, you had me the whole way. This is the coolest though. Whenever we were looking at these, we were like, wow, you can just spool this baby up and dump it, you know? That's one of the coolest things about it, is you can transfer the power immediately.
Launch mode.
And the EM, they nailed it. They nailed it as far as the power delivery and how it all just kind of, it's almost like you're riding a normal trials bike. It's just like very traction-y.
Yeah, it's smooth. It will, yeah, it's putting it to the ground.
Yeah.
And you're not spinning. I mean, it's just hooks. Whereas that thing unloads. Like,
yep.
As soon as the weight comes off, the tire's like under load, the drive line. And then when you come up off the suspension, it's going zzz.
Yes.
Where this thing, it's not like locking the drive line up.
Right.
It's just sitting there ready for more input.
All right, guys, we're gonna do a hill climb test now. This is a very loose, kind of rocky, gravelly hill climb. So I can already see the Escape having a huge advantage, just based on the fact that the tire is very thick, very tall, and it seems to just have more of a good rotating mass. So we're gonna have Pops give us a good test run. All right, that was 250 mode in blue, and that was sailing right up, so. You just don't have the beans.
I can't be.
And the suspension just compresses too hard.
I tried to float the front on that transition and not let that happen, but the power's just all or nothing, it seems.
Yeah.
Nice. Shit, you about made her though.
Oh, just
Yeah,
outside the track.
it just sinks in. And then
It
it's
is.
a China bike, and we were surprised how well they held up.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, past China stuff, you know. As soon as something breaks, you're just like, oh, might as well cut the losses.
These are both my dad's bikes. He was probably one of the pioneers on both of these brands. I don't know anyone who had a Sur Ron before him or an electric motion. He had them before both me and my brother. The old guy showing us what the new technology is all about. I'm still stuck on a 300 two-stroke, so. We're gonna give you our thoughts on pros and cons of each one, price comparisons, specifications, you know, all that stuff. But we're gonna keep it kind of simple for you. We're not gonna just drive it home and bore you, so we'll get right to the point.
So yeah, operational wise, same thing. It's running, key on. You got 2 modes, sport and eco. I don't know anybody that rides an eco. I guess beginners, but that's the fun one. And then it's just rear brake, front brake. I mean, a lot of people know a lot about these already. It's simple design.
That is one of the differences, like, because you got a clutch over here, and then you got your rear brake down by the foot. So that's the normal dirt bike versus the Sur Ron. You're more of a mountain bike setup.
Yeah, most people that get on this first, they come back going, oh, I forgot it's got a handbrake. Because you go into a corner, your first corner, and you're trying to look for that rear brake.
Pulling in the clutch.
Yeah. And this one's got 3 modes. It went back to that. So this map's got, you got blue, or green, blue, and red. There's your power button on this guy. So it's in standby mode right there. There's green.
125.
Yep.
250 and 300.
300 stuff.
Letting you know.
I'm usually in green, tell you the truth. I mean, it's enough for me to call it the PBR, but it's the PRB, progressive regenerative braking.
Which are they throwing those on, the 2022s?
They could be. I haven't been paying attention, but that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, either one, like you can adjust the regenerative on this one, 3 levels or whatever. I usually just freewheel them, but because even when you climb a mountain on this set, you don't see much gain in the battery.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, why don't we just coast down it instead of trying to charge? That's my opinion.
Right.
But then if you're coming down too hot, then you want regenerative braking, so you're now smoking through your pads.
Yeah.
Because these pads are pretty much the Achilles heel.
Yeah, they are.
They're tiny.
Yeah, that's the only thing they need to beef up.
You can just toss this one around.
Yeah.
And you put kids on it, girlfriends.
Yeah.
If you got any of those, wives. Like, it's not that intimidating. Especially there's the eco mode for you. You can tone it down. I guess the only other thing this has, we geared it down 54 tooth on the rear.
Yep.
But other than that, stock, it's got 3-inch dieties, risers, because otherwise you're just like, I don't know, it's got you piled up.
It does.
And then this is a must in the puddle work.
Oh yeah.
They look goofy. I mean, the whole bike looks goofy, but
there's some that look really goofy.
yeah. But I honestly, if they put the 18 and the 21 on like a standard bike, I'm just like, that looks goofy.
Yeah.
So it's just a different concept. You got this little shark fin or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't do nothing.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, this is just night and day. I mean, you're 3 times in it.
Well, yeah, you haven't done anything to this.
But that's the thing, like the aftermarket thing, you look at batteries, controller, forks, tires, wheels, you're getting close.
Yep.
You're getting dang close. And then you just pull this thing out of the box and go, I don't know.
Yep.
It's ready for me. I mean, I can't ride up to its ability.
Yeah, I don't know many guys who could.
It's waiting for me. I mean, I'm not hopping around on a rear wheel and all that. I do stuff that I never thought I would have done on a bike.
Yeah.
But stock for stock, like the aftermarket, like we were saying for Sur Rons, it's insane the amount of aftermarket stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to do it with the EMs much. Trey's done some things, but this just minor.
Well, he's going for, like, he's putting a knobby instead of a trials tire on, which was about it so far from what I've seen. I mean, he hasn't done much else. He put bar risers on because he didn't like that it was too low like a trials bike. He's kind of more using it as a dirt bike than a trials bike, which
A little more enduro.
Yeah, that's kind of what they were going for with it though.
Or when you're pretty dead.
So after our little, we did some riding there, which we're gonna do a little bit more, I would say. That screen's not really showing. There we go. We're at 99, which I think we're probably right on. Dead nuts with the electric motion. 93, which I'm not sure if Pops had it on a full charge. Maybe he did. 94.
It's been sitting for a while.
What does it take usually on a Sur Ron? About
If
an
you're
hour and a
pretty
half?
dead and you're seeing it's got a cutoff voltage of sorts, like it'll dumb the power down. It'll be about 3 hours on that.
3 hours?
Seems like these are a little quicker, to tell you the truth. But on a charge,
Well, they got a huge charger too. They got
Yeah.
that high amp charger.
yeah, but the size-wise, they're about the same footprint.
Yeah.
But that bike, like if you ride it full, or how it's intended to be ridden, not like any electric bike, if you're just on full throttle, full power the whole time, there's your drain.
Yeah.
But if you're practicing skill work and all that, that bike will wear you out before the battery's dead.
Definitely.
At least it does me. I mean, you can ride for 4 hours, I would guess, on a charge.
Yeah. This is what it takes to pull out a Sur Ron battery right here.
Here, you want me to do it?
Sure. I'll just film you.
It's the same key as the ignition. And then they recommend you hitting the breaker. I hardly ever do. Here's all your control work for like just information and then balancing. Here's your main discharge. Pull them off to the side. That's the nice thing about the Sur Rons is you can actually pull your battery out. So if you wanted to, you could have an additional battery, which I've had additional stock batteries, but then you're riding forever in a day. They go in a little funny. What's that?
Very modular though.
Yeah. And then like say if this is staying out in the wintertime, you can drag this in. Or if mom says nothing dirty in the house, like this, you can clean this off a little bit, and then it kind of goes in. But yeah, it's got a little, pretty solid, sits in there good.
Yep.
I guess the other thing on a Sur Ron would be just the simple fact that you have like a horn, right?
Yeah, let's people know.
So it's more of a, more of a commuter bike, or getting on the bike path bike, which they don't even know what they're wanting to do with that around here yet.
Yeah, you don't have to get stickers for any of these bikes yet.
Not yet. And then you get on the EM, and this, you can get the battery out, but it's dissecting it. You're pulling this, it's not a tank, a simulation of a tank, seat off. And that's all battery. Like on the Escape, it comes all the way up to here. So it's a bigger battery than the Pure.
Yeah.
And they did that because they put a seat on it. They had more room.
One of the bad things about the seat though that my brother has said is he'll want to sit up here on like hard enduro stuff, but you can't really sit on it. And he's like busted his butt on it a few times, but at least they have something back here. I mean, he's usually in this area, I would say, but every now and then you sometimes want to be up front. Yeah, the electric motions come stock. The bars are S3s, and I think your foot pegs are also S3. And brakes too. Well, you got Galfer rotors here, but the S3 is definitely your trials area, and they're pushing the hard enduro scene as well too. And you got your S3 grips. It's quality stuff what you're getting here on the DM. So just buy it, just go ahead and spend that 12K.
Yeah, my final is, I guess after owning both, that's an all-around, just anybody can have fun on that bike. This is kind of getting you to, you're wanting to up your game, your level, your skill set. But that thing, like, you think about it, camping, like anything, commuting, and then I guess the biggest thing is everybody looks at initial cost and they can't see the quality side of things, I would guess. Because you're jumping in.
Yeah.
That's jumping in hardcore.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot of cash for
Most people can't throw 12 grand.
And especially if you're not very comfortable, like say on a bike, I mean, 12 grand and then you're gonna wreck it.
Yeah.
That's tough. Whereas this guy, I don't know. I think as gas prices keep going,
Yeah.
I think everybody's going to want one of these. I think everybody should have one of these in their garage for a multitude of reasons. The fun factor is number one. But I mean, like,
And the affordability.
like I said, well, how many miles are we from town?
Probably like 7.
7, 10-ish, somewhere
Yeah.
in there. I ride it to town. It's mountain. So you're coasting most of the way down, ride it back. I mean, it's just fun factor.
What do you come back with most times?
If I'm on power the whole way, both ways, because I know it's downhill, but I'll be on power, just going as fast as I can, and I'll come back with like almost 80%. As far as parts go, that was a struggle at first. Seems like they're starting to get more stocked up. This thing, you don't want to really tear it up,
you
because
don't.
I think it's going to be tough to get stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we've had good luck just getting the bikes, tell you the
Yeah.
truth.
But it's just that one company, or it's just that one factory out in France versus you got everyone on the aftermarket train here.
And what do you think? The electric power is fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's super fun.
Fun?
Yeah.
Maintenance-wise, wow.
Yeah,
Just
you
night
don't
and
gotta
day.
touch it.
Night and day difference. And like, these go in my bedroom.
Yep.
They're just right next to me. So like, you don't have to worry about somebody breaking in your garage. You just bring it in the house. It doesn't leak anything. They don't stink. You need to charge it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you're gonna spend that kind of money on them, you might as well look at them. Instead of staring at the boob tube, stare at these.
These are kind of pretty.
They are. Yeah, there's something else. Both great bikes. Anxious to see what comes in the future.